tutorial we looked at how to create array using by converting a list and also using the numpy array functions called linspace and logspace. The third way to create an array is to use another numpy function called arange, and arange takes the form just like linspace. However, it's a bit different in how it interprets the input that you gave it. So I want us to look at that, and it takes the form of start. So this is using arange function. So it takes the form of start, stop, and step. So this is the first number, this is the last but is not included, and then the step or the number of steps it takes. So to do that, let's take an array np arange. So we use arange function, and then you want to start with 0 and stop with 10 and steps of 2. So you can see if we run this, you can see it starts at 0 but it doesn't include 10. So it means if you want to include 10, then you must make this 12. So that will include 10, and then it takes a step of 2 from 0 to 2 to 4, like that. So if you change this to 1, you will have a step of 1. If you change this to 3, you'll have steps of 3. So that is to do with the arange. One thing to note about this is that if the third argument is omitted, that is the step, if you omit this, then it will start at 0 and automatically make a step of 1. So if I leave this and omit that one, it's gonna be step of 1. If I omit the first and the last one, it will start at 0 and also have just a step of 1, just like that. So that is to do with the using arange. The fourth and the last way is using numpy zeros and ones. So here basically what you are doing is creating an array that consists of only zeros and ones, and this is very, very important for people who are used into, or people who work with signal processing, satellite imagery analysis, or any kind of imagery work. So you will mostly use zeros and ones to populate the pixel values for images. So these are very, very important. To do this, we just use the np zeros. So let's start with zeros, and it's very straightforward. It's only accept 2 arguments. So the first argument is the number of the zeros you want. So in this case I want 8 zeros, and then the second argument is the data type, which I want it to be integers. So it's just going to return a series of zeros that are integers and not float. So if I do that, you can see it has returned 8 zeros and all of them are integers. I can change that to have, so let's use 1 instead of zeros now. So I'm going to create an empty array that has only ones, but I'm going to have 5 of them, and each one of them is going to be a float instead of an integer. And if I do that, it's going to give me a set of 5 integers that are made up of arrays. And just like a list and tuple, you can specify the length of array in Python by just doing len and input the name of the variable, which in this case is g, and you can see it tells you that our array g has got 5 elements, which is true from this. So that marks the end of how to create arrays. In the next video or in the next tutorial, we are going to look at how to do basic operations with the arrays. So feel free to subscribe the video, give it a thumbs up, and notify or tell a friend to tell a friend.